I have a question regarding the role of sugar in yeast infections and systemic fungal infections. And if a person has a systemic fungal infection, whether they should be avoiding all kinds of sugar.
In general, things like the yeasts that cause both internal and external infections love sugar, but they're usually about once or twice a year someone turns up who has a very intense infestation with yeast, even in their stomach, and when they eat sugar, they can actually get drunk from the fermentation, turning the sugar into alcohol. But that getting drunk on sugar is about the worst effect of the sugar metabolism by the yeast. And when you starve yeast, if you have it living in your intestine, and they're attracted to estrogen, estradiol is a reproductive hormone for yeast as it is for humans. If your estrogen is high, they tend to congregate in any place that is rich in estrogen. If you starve those for sugar, they tend to become invasive, and they put out filaments, not like the mushroom-type fungus, but a filament long enough to penetrate through cells, like fingers reaching through your intestine walls looking for sugar. And that starvation condition is what can make them invade your tissues rather than just living free in your intestine. And it's only when they invade your tissues that they can become deadly. And on your skin, low thyroid people often have high estrogen, and that favors genital yeast infections, and correcting the thyroid and hormones is the basic thing. Eating a diet that helps to regulate your hormones, and topically just dusting with sulfur powder, flowers of sulfur or precipitated sulfur is a safe way to kill them on the surface. And it even works, taking a pinch of it orally will suppress the fungal growth inside the intestine.
Oh, great. Okay.
So are you saying, Dr. Peat, that if someone does have an overgrowth of fungus in their intestines, that actually eating more sugar would feed the yeast and make them happier, so they're less invasive and less deadly?
Yeah, actually.
And what would you suggest be a treatment, a good treatment for that?
Well, the carrot salad, the carrot is indigestible, and you know how a stale carrot takes weeks and weeks before it molds or never rots, really.
That's true.
And, that's because it has antifungal, antibacterial chemicals in it because it lives in the ground.
Okay.
And so if you grate a carrot and then put some oil, olive oil or coconut oil, and vinegar, vinegar is a bacterial chemical. The acetic acid is the bacteria's way of killing fungus, and it's a short saturated fatty acid, and so the longer fatty acids of coconut oil and olive oil are bound to this indigestible fiber of the carrot and slowly released all the way down your intestine, and they have a very profound, safe, disinfecting action on your intestine that will take care of not only the fungus but a lot of bad other types of organisms.